Well, hi everybody. Welcome to the
We don't
Capcom
have Cameron
Podcast.
do the intro.
Yeah, we don't have Cameron do the intro, so we should probably give it to Justin, but we won't.
What?
Oh, we're
I'm
gonna
so enthusiastic.
Welcome to the Capcom Podcast, everybody. I'm going to be your host for the evening. They call me the Big Spank.
I guess I'm your secondary host, even though I should be considered like the coolest host. I'm Justy. Hello.
Justy, my left-hand man.
And
sorry, me, Anthony. I was fixing something with the chat.
And that's Anthony. And today we are going to be discussing No Country for Old Men. As I was saying earlier, the finest film to come out of the 21st century, Coen Brothers classic that touches on some heavy themes, while at the same time being a fun chase movie. So I guess without any further ado, let's get into it, fellas.
So,
I am excited.
This is a beautiful, beautiful film.
I told you he was going to like
it. Shot composition. I don't know if they used a LUT or if this is actually like the colors they use, or I don't know how the post was. I should do more research on that. Mwah.
Oh,
the
so
old
good.
Western, the suns, the wide shot. If you notice that there's barely any close-up shots, it's all wide and beautifully well compositioned shots.
Yeah, they use the landscape,
doing the beauty of West
to their advantage.
Yeah, it is gorgeous.
Yeah,
absolutely
really
gorgeous.
Oh God, couldn't have said it better myself. So we have 3 people that are going to stand for this movie. That's fun.
I thought it was great.
Just great. Whoa. It's easily top 5 film.
Easily. I just said that.
I liked it. I had a great time.
But like, not love?
That's what I'm saying. I can't believe you wouldn't love it. It's a 5-star film. I don't give 5 stars out. It's a 5-star film. And sorry for jumping the gun, guys, but it's a 5-star film. And it kind of, in its own way, it redefines the Western genre, right? Because, your traditional Western, you've got good versus evil. There's always a John Wayne or a Clint Eastwood, and they're, good. They're the good, good, the bad, the ugly. They're the good. And then there's this bad, and it's always good versus evil. This one's a little bit more morally gray, a little bit more ambiguous. Josh Brolin, who's going to be your hero, isn't really always doing the right thing. So you kind of puts the Western genre on its head a little bit, while still keeping those beautiful landscape shots, and very much is a Western. Your first thoughts on the film, Justy?
I thought it was really good.
What was good about it?
I was super okay. Every single scene is like it's the cat and mouse game. There's this intensity to the chase between our like kind of lead figures here. I'm blanking on a whole bunch of names. I'm trying to pull them up here.
Javier Bardem, he is insane in this movie. He actually won.
That's the main takeaway, right? That is a wonderful freak of a human who I do not want to ever see in my life.
It sticks with you.
Yes, that carries an incredible presence every time he is on screen.
Yeah, he's an unforgettable villain. It's just like it's one of those things.
Anton Sugar.
Yeah, Anton.
Not to be confused with Sugar. Doesn't have a lot of comedy in him, unlike like some of our other characters here.
Tommy Lee's pretty funny.
Woody Harrelson.
Tommy Lee is pretty.
Woody Harrelson's pretty funny. Tommy Lee's pretty funny.
All right.
Do we want to talk about how he uses the branding thing to open up doors?
Oh yeah, it's the cattle.
Cattle thing, yeah.
It's the cattle thing, yeah. He uses that for everything.
Which is part of the mystery that they kind of figure out indirectly, which is a scene that we could come back to later in spoiler.
But it just adds to how crazy and like unforgettable he is as a villain, because like no one's ever used that before, will ever use that again, and he's just constantly carrying that thing around. Like the one guy's like he pulls the car over, and the guy's like, "What is that?" Yeah, and he's just this like pure force of evil. But he has his own set of rules, which is kind of interesting because he's a psychopath, but he's like got his own set of rules that he abides by. And you never know, who's gonna live, who's gonna die, and sometimes it seems arbitrary.
Tells this story.
Sometimes
it
seems
like musicals. That's good.
Okay, I only like that musical.
Anthony only likes Hamilton.
The reason he likes No Country for Old Men is because there's no score at all. There's no music.
Right, there's no music. I noticed that after I was told about it.
Yeah. So there's no music in the film at all, which adds to the atmosphere. And like I was saying, it's like the silence is more impactful than any music could be in those situations because you get these wide shots and it's just dead silent, and it adds this atmosphere and almost like impending dread.
Yeah.
Whereas I can't recall another film that doesn't have a score. They're out there. They're out there, I'm sure.
The non-score.
The non-score is fantastic. But yeah, that and just the morally gray thing about the actors is really good. Josh Brolin, like he's the good guy. Llewellyn, you want to root for him, but sometimes he makes these choices, and you're like, why are you doing that? Don't do that.
Briefly thought you meant the in IRL actors. They hired only actors with gray morality.
No, but this was kind of Josh Brolin's. This is kind of what got him back into Hollywood. He was kind of a forgotten actor, and this one kind of got his career back on the right track. Next thing you know, he's Thanos. And then same thing, Javier Bardem. He was like an unknown actor at the time, really. And then this kind of put him into superstardom, and he won the Oscar for Best Supporting Actor. Tommy Lee Jones is obviously Tommy Lee Jones, but
can we talk about the pacing of this film? Like,
we certainly
it's a long movie. It's about 3.5 hours or 3 hours.
I thought it's a little over 2. Is it 2.5?
I think it's just a little. I think it's 2.5.
I thought it was 3 for some reason, but it doesn't feel long. Like it's paced like very well.
There's always something happening, and the thing is, the scenes, even the scenes, where there's not all that much dialogue, you're just so on the edge of your seat that you're like, what's going to happen? Which kind of helps the movie move along.
Do we want to throw up spoilers now that we got out initial thoughts? Because I think like just talking, let's talk about this scene, let's talk about this scene, let's talk about this scene is going to be, it feels right for this film.
Yeah, I mean, we can definitely do that. The movie's got some complex narratives. It's a movie about fate. It's a movie about morality. So let's just get into the nitty gritty.
We're in spoiler zone. Is that up, Anthony?
Spoiler, yes. Give me 2 seconds. My computer is acting a little bit.
Well, let's just pretend it's narrative. People have ears. It's okay. We'll be fine.
The title of the movie, No Country for Old Men, stems from Tommy Lee Jones' character, because throughout this whole film, he's kind of looking for, what's the meaning of all this? What's the point of it? And he talks about how his grandfather was a lawman, his dad was a lawman, and now he's older than his dad's ever been, because dad died before that. And he's kind of, after seeing all the events that unfold in the movie, he's like, maybe I'm getting a little too old for this too. And this is, in fact, No Country for Old Men. Good stuff. Just really good stuff, fellas.
And yeah, it's interesting how he eventually becomes the central figure of the film. Where I feel like he does introduce the film, so you set that up early on,
and the ending.
But then you move to Moss. You do move to Moss's perspective in a general sense, at least for the majority of the film, and he just cut Moss. That's crazy.
So that is really crazy, and they don't show it. They leave so much up for the audience's interpretation. And the funny thing, so the crazy thing about that scene, and it kind of touches on like the morality of the film. He goes to that motel, right? And he shows up, and there's the woman at the pool, and she's like, "Hey, you want to come into my room and have a couple drinks?" And so Llewellyn makes the morally correct choice. He says, "No." says, no, I'm married. I know what, a drink leads to. And she goes, yeah, another drink. And then so he goes into his room.
Yeah.
And that's when he gets killed by the cartel. If he had made the morally wrong decision and went into that woman's room, they would have went to his room. He wouldn't have been there, and he would still be alive. Interesting to think of. It's one of those things where sometimes making the right moral decision gets you in a bad spot. I'm not saying he should have done it. I'm just saying
this lawless world is yeah, but like the people who play the lawless way get to the top, and that's a big element of this movie.
Absolutely.
And this guy wanted to get away with some money, but he wasn't doing bad by anyone.
Yeah, I mean, he was trying to make the right decisions along the way, but they got him into a jam.
Yeah, it's hard. It's that half measures concept, right? Of like,
yeah,
he's doing something a little sneaky. If he wants to get away with it, he has to go all the. That's what it comes down to with the coin flip, because I think the coin flip seems very symbolic of the fact that he wants to do this, but he also doesn't want it on him, on his conscience. It's like, it's the coin's fault / your fault for the coin picking.
Right, exactly, and that's kind of why he
wants to do this.
He definitely wants to do it. My favorite, the only person who he is like shook by the whole film is the woman who's working the desk for, I guess it's where Lou Ellen's work is or whatever. And he's like, where is it? He's like, she's like, I'm not telling you. And like the fact that she's like so blunt with him, he doesn't even like flip a coin for her. He just like kind of looks at her and he's like, and just leaves. That's the one person throughout the whole film who kind of gets his goat, and he's like, oh shit, and just leaves. Like doesn't threaten her
down real quick.
He's like, you're gonna tell me? She's like, no, the fuck, I'm not. And he's like, oh, okay, I'm gonna leave now. Oh, and that's the one thing I also don't understand, because everybody else, he is just like, you're either dead or your fate is in the hands of a coin or something. And this woman just like tells him off, and he just walks away.
She saw him, and yet she lives.
Yeah, and she's basically one of the only people who do. And I don't know if I fully understand why, but I think it's just because of how brash she was. He was kind of taken aback.
He seems to only want to take conversation in a very straightforward manner, and he respects that she seems to be the one person who tells it how it is in a sense.
Let him control the narrative.
Yeah, there's quite a few people who he comes across that like he seems almost confused talking to them. This guy a particular way of conversing and does not understand the more like Oracle ways of speaking. It seems to get a little. It's not on his face, but it's in how he responds. The it doesn't seem to click with that. He wants that that bluntness, like you talked about with the woman. But gosh, I was not expecting. We talked about plenty. Has this journey, and like he does have a great plan. But his mother kind of gives it away, though.
We might be getting off to go on StreamYard because of.
Got it.
Things were going so well.
Oh, so we could, I guess, assumably we could stitch these together.
Yeah, that's the game plan. Could keep talking while I get things set up.
Okay. What Anthony was talking about earlier with the visual storytelling. They do a really good job of this movie of showing these wide shots and these landscapes and their moments of silence because there's no music, but you just have this full shot, and they kind of let that shot do the talking for them. And that's another thing that's really cool. And, it has to be done well to work, because if not, things can get a little boring.
Right.
They manage to just keep you engaged, and a lot of that's through storytelling.
Yeah, and I think it's these grand vistas, but also it's really interestingly jarring when you go from an area that feels more like a traditional Western front versus like, oh, we're just in the city now. That was always very exciting to me, and
Yeah.
just like obviously that's going to make for a stark visual difference, but like it's it it kind of like breaks the reality of the film in a way that I feel like you wouldn't expect from a Western.
Right. Yeah, that's what it does. It kind of redefines this Western genre. It's
Yeah.
like it has all the themes of a classic Western and all this, but then it breaks the mold. The good guy isn't your traditional good guy. It's not always in the West. Sometimes they're in the city. Yeah, when it jumps to like those people in the high rise, the guys who are trying to get their money back, and they're they're talking to Woody Harrelson, like just jumps over there. The one thing that like my expectation the first time I saw the film, because Tommy Lee is chasing Anton. So Anton is chasing Llewellyn, and Tommy Lee is chasing Anton, right? And
Right.
so there's this chase going on, and
Cat and mouse and extra cat.
you really think of you think there's going to be this big Western shootout at the end where it's Tommy Lee and
That's
it's
what I'm
Anton,
expecting.
and you're all expecting that, and then boom, Llewellyn dies off screen, and you're like, oh shit. So now you're like, okay,
What's the rest of this movie about?
where are we going with this? And I'm thinking, okay, so now it's just Tommy Lee versus Anton, a big shootout end, and Tommy's gonna take Ty down. But he's just always a day late and $1 short, and Anton gets away with the money. And there is no big final shootout. Tommy Lee just never catches the guy. And he kind of that's when he realizes, like,
Maybe I'm not cut out for this anymore.
What was this for? Now, maybe he catches him after the car accident, but
Maybe
they leave that up to the audience's interpretation. And it's just like it kind of subverts your expectations a little bit.
That a car crash of a karmic force.
Yeah, for sure. For what he did to that poor woman, he had that one coming. Talk about fate. He had that one coming. Him getting away at the end with the money, it killed me. I was like, really?
It hurts.
It hurts. It hurts. You're like, of all the people to be the winner here, it's going to be this guy. Now, don't get me wrong. He's got his bone sticking out. But
we've seen him recover before.
He's fine. He'll bounce back. He got that kid's shirt and he wrapped it around it. He'll be all right. But that was tough. That was a tough pill to swallow.
And I was curious what would it affect him at all to see that like genuine kindness from the kid who like didn't even want the money, but gave him the shirt off his back. Like,
and he's like, I don't need money to do a good thing. I think he says something along those lines. He's like, I don't need to get paid to do the right thing or something along those lines.
And this guy's a killer. Not that the kid knows that, but
like, yeah. And then he's like, no, take the money. And then that's when you realize Anton has the money, because when Tommy Lee goes into the hotel where Llewellyn died, the vent is unscrewed with a dime, and there's a dime laying on the ground, and that's how Anton opened the vent the first time. So he was the one who got the money, and then so you think that, and then for sure when he pays the kid $100 for his shirt, because the box was filled with $100 bills, and you're like, fuck, dude, he got the money and he's just gonna get away with it. Tough. It's a tough one. But
it paints the picture of what this movie's saying.
The good guys don't always win. That's not how life works. Life isn't always, nice and clean and in a nice little wrapped up in a bow.
In a lot of ways, it's how we deal with that fact. And our old sheriff is kind of coming to grips with that come the end. He's having these dreams.
I know. I love Tommy Lee, and he's so good at just like a monologue. He's just got one of those voices. Are we switching over?
No, I'm trying to. Just give me 2 seconds. We're having a lot of issues.
We don't have to. We're over here riffing. We're just out here riffing.
Yeah. My computer's just not liking anything right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but continue, guys.
My computer's probably 10 years old, so I don't know if it likes anything either. Let's see. But yeah, Tommy Lee,
on
he's just
talking.
got one of those voices that's just like so good for like an off-screen monologue, you know, where you don't see the actor, but you just hear him talking. First of all, he has one of the voices where you hear him talking, you know it's him immediately.
Right.
And it's just he's perfect for that Western feel of just like this old time sheriff who's been around the block before. He's seen everything. But then he runs into this guy, and you don't really know what to make of it because some of the stuff Anton does, you're like, what was the point of that? Why did you do that? But it's his own little code of ethics.
Yeah, and it put me right in the world, despite the fact I've never have I ever watched like a straight up Western movie with no caveats? Like this feel like I've seen twists on the Western. I don't know if I've ever. So
you ever seen The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly?
No, never seen The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Never saw the original Truth with John Wayne? Oh man, I got some.
I'm racking my brain here. I try to think of a Western. My brain first went to Back to the Future 3, which obviously is not a Western, but like
A Night at the Museum, because
I've seen Night at the Museum.
A Night at the Museum.
with little guys, yeah.
The Cowboys.
Yeah.
Oh, Indian in the Cupboard.
What's
Have
this?
You've never seen Indian in the Cupboard?
I don't even know what that is.
Anthony, Indian in the Cupboard?
I think about to say
I have
Indiana
not.
Jones.
That sounds
which I have
familiar
seen.
though.
Oh my God. Indian in the Cupboard is like a classic early 90s flick where this kid, he's got like cowboys and Indians. They essentially come alive in his little cupboard. Oh my God. It's so, I don't know if it's good or not because I haven't seen it since I was probably 8 years old, 10 at
Who
the
directs
most.
it?
I don't know. I had it on VHS. It got heavy play at my cousin's house when we would go over there.
You had it on VHS. I'm dead.
Heavy play at my cousin's house on VHS. Indian in the Cupboard. I couldn't tell you any actors in it. Anyway, Western.
Yes.
No, but if you've never seen The Good, Bad, the Ugly,
we'll get on the list.
dollars and for a few more dollars, you need to see those films. Actually, funny enough, I was talking to Cameron's father, shout out Jeff, the other day at the office, and he mentioned that there's a character in For a Few More Dollars that's a little reminiscent of Anton because he's this kind of ruthless killer, but he has like a code that he kind of follows by,
right.
And he does a similar thing that Anton does in the film, where he's like, he kills a guy not because he should or anything, but because he said he would.
Right.
And so it's that same thing where it's like, you don't need to do this. It's like, yeah, of course I don't. I said I would though, so I'm going to do it. You should watch The Good.
With their codes. That's just.
Well, like you were saying, it's like the past way of justifying what they're doing, right?
Yeah.
Because like they want to do it, but the code says that they should do it, that they're doing the right thing.
Evil.
Yeah, there's
where are the manners? What happened to?
Where are the manners?
This ain't no country for old men.
This ain't no country for old.
That's what I'm saying.
The performances in the film are crazy strong, basically top to bottom. Obviously, Javier Bardem as Anton is it's a lasting.
I will remember that one.
It's
like,
a
that's
lasting
in my brain.
Tommy Lee does
Anytime
a great
I enter
job.
a dark room, is he right on the other side of that door? I mean, that scene where the sheriff goes into the motel. What is the read that Anton was there and then just like got out through?
So yeah, essentially, well, they leave it up to your interpretation. But what my understanding of the sequence of events is Llewellyn gets to the motel. He talks to that woman about getting a drink. He says, "No, I'm going to my room." First thing he does when he gets into his room is what he did last time at the motel. He unscrews the air conditioner and he hides the money in there.
Right.
Then he's just sitting in his room waiting. That's when the Mexican cartel comes. Mexican cartel comes, they kill him, they try to find out where the money is. He doesn't tell them. They kill him. They can't find the money, and they leave. Then our hero, really, Anton, comes, and he's like, okay, sees Llewellyn dead, and he's like, I know where this. He definitely hid it in the vent again, and that's why they show the screws on the ground with the dime, because he used the dime to unscrew it last time. So they just show the screws on the ground and the dime. So Anton came after the bloodbath,
right?
Took the money and left.
And then so easy.
He gets it so easy, and then the worst thing is he could just say, "Okay, I won. I'm the winner." But no, he goes. And he has to kill poor Llewellyn's wife, who did nothing wrong the entire film and was nothing but a sweetheart. But he did it because he felt he owed it to her.
No, he did. He wanted to. So that's like maybe a little A, a little B. But I
promised your husband I would kill you.
But he gets the satisfaction from completing his code, and he doesn't have to do it.
He doesn't have to do
it. He goes, "Oh, that's what they all say." It's like, because it's true. It's true. You don't have to do this. Like, we're stating the obvious. Everyone's stating the obvious to you.
Everybody says that.
It's obvious.
Like, well, yeah, because you don't, bud. So that's my understanding of the sequence of events. Now, all that happens off screen, so it leaves a little bit to the imagination, which is also a good thing. And I wonder if they did that because, like Anthony said, the runtime, it's not that long, but it's got a longer runtime. And to show all of that would have added, time. Whereas I wonder what the thought process was between the Coen brothers, where they're like, you know what?
Okay.
We're just going to have this whole thing happen off screen. And we're just going to leave it up to the audience to kind of make their own decision about it. And I wonder kind of what went into that thought process. Like, was it to cut down the runtime? Was it because that can be powerful too, to leave things?
I imagine it's because it's such a surprise. Because you could still understand all the details, and maybe they don't want to see our hero being shot down. Like, I think it's a little more heartbreaking to just find out it happened. To feel left out. Like,
absolutely.
It gets your wheels turning a whole lot more. It got me in a big way. That's for sure.
No, it does. Because it's almost one of those things where, like, no, that can't be. I don't believe it.
This is not how these stories are supposed to go.
This is not how this was supposed to go.
Yeah.
No, I buy that. I think it was a really good choice from them to do that. Because it's more powerful for you to have to imagine how it went down than for them to kind of just, spoon feed it to you.
On the is Anthony trying to speak up?
Yeah, I have StreamYard set. If you guys want to hop off, and we could try hopping on StreamYard real quickly. If not, we can continue on here.
As long as this saves, and we could
see them you're together, the boss. It's running clean on my end.
Is it? Okay, because I know people were having some laggy.
Well, I'm talking about the YouTube link is messy.
Yes.
Oh, see, this is why we went to StreamYard 2 weeks ago, because the YouTube link was jammed up. Which is why I said, "Are we doing StreamYard?" And Cam said, "Always assume Ninja," and I was like, "Ninja's been having problems, so I'm starting to assume StreamYard."
Maybe it's also my bandwidth. Oh, stream finished. Stream's not finished.
I was just getting started. I could talk about this movie all day. I love this movie.
I also love this movie. I haven't had a chance to say anything about the movie.
I know. I've been excited. I tried to get it back to you and talk about how you touched on the visual storytelling and the wide shots and how that was so impactful. But
so impactful, so beautiful.
You were just busy typing away, and I said, he's busy. But yeah, we need to hear your thoughts on the film.
I absolutely love this film. It is easily my top favorite film. The shots alone, like just the shot composition alone, is easily the fact that they have no score and they do it right. Like, a score usually helps with pacing, helps with dead air, helps anticipate and add that like factor of like emotion, like fear or whatever. But you have those emotions without the score, which is like impressive.
It's rare.
Like,
it's
so
rare.
impressive.
Yeah,
because
it really is.
you can't have that at all. Like, it's insane.
No, it's a crazy choice, and if you don't do it right, it's gonna flop.
Exactly, but he does it right.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I hope the Coen brothers get back together and make a movie together.
They haven't made a movie in a while.
Well, they have made movies separately. Drive-Away Dolls, Honey Don't, which I actually kind of liked. Honey Don't. It got really bad reviews, but I liked it. But they do work better as a team. Anthony, you were saying that they managed to fill the air with no score. And they do that via their, the visual storytelling with the scenes and the Western wide shots. And I agree with you. It's probably my favorite movie from the 21st century. I don't know if there's a movie that is better than it. At least not a live action, because I will say, as we discussed earlier, Across the Spider-Verse blew my mind. But it's just so different because that's animated, and I almost feel like animated films and live action films need to be put in their own category as far as best. Because how do you really compare them?
Story, cinematography, score,
but there's not like cinematography is different animated film. Like there is some shot composition, right? You'll have some few focusing of racks in animated film or like stuff like that, but it's not like it's not the same as
it's not the same. I'm good with keeping them separate. And as far as the 21st century goes, my favorite animated film is Across the Spider-Verse, and this is probably my favorite live action film. With my second favorite
film.
I don't know what it was shot on.
Yes, it was shot in 35.
Oh, there you go. That's why it looks so good. That's why it looks so good. Yeah, the digital stuff these days is tough. Everything is people are getting back to it, and the big directors do it and shoot on film, but so much of the stuff is it just me?
I'm just minimizing you.
It's just it doesn't look real. It's not like raw, stuff shot on film, like it's more believable.
It is more believable, and it's prettier.
Yeah, it looks better. It's more believable. Like they think like the digital, like they can, manipulate it and they can make it look a certain way, but it just looks fake at the end of the day.
No, it looks very, very fake. And it's also like, I feel like there's no depth. Like you if you watch a film and you watch like the actual digital, like you could tell. Especially when you go to like the theaters to watch film, like if you were to watch in 35, you could tell.
Oh, for sure.
You could tell. But the acting also in this, like,
the
acting is just well rounded.
Like, it's so good because the performances are pretty subtle.
They are subtle, but like, and they use movement. Like, there's a lot of scenes with very little dialogue, but their movement still captivates the scene, and it's because of that you still see the expression of the emotion each character needs to have, and like that's so hard to do. Like when an actor can like not use dialogue or just use like emotion or movement or facial expressions to still like captivate the emotion they're trying to do. Like that impresses the crud out of me because like I can't do that. There's a reason I'm the lighting guy because I can't actually light them.
It's so nuanced how they do that. It's like the scene we were talking about earlier where he's trying to figure out where Llewellyn is and he's at his work and he's talking to the woman in the trailer, and the look on his face is he's like, all right, I'm just going to get out of here. He doesn't say it. He's just like, you're going to tell me. She's like, no, I'm not. And he's just like, he gets this look on his face and he's like, I got to get out of here. Like, and he doesn't say anything. He just kind of walks
out. He hears someone walking. And then out.
Yeah. So, no, it is. It's really nuanced. No one's really over the top. I mean, Woody Harrelson's always funny.
I was delighted when he popped up. That was great.
No, it's short-lived.
Unfortunately, yeah, I thought he was going to be a mainstay, but I don't know. It's interesting because he almost takes on like a mentor role in a structure sense, but he's like, and then he leaves, and it's like theoretically our main character should have some sort of like new understanding of the scenario due to having a figure who knows the game, who was able to who said that he'd be there for him. and in a mentor way, they have to depart with one another. Except Moss does not do anything that he probably would have done otherwise with that information.
No, and he probably should have.
Yeah, but again, this movie does not go the way anyone would expect.
Right, it subverts your expectations. It's but yeah, I mean, he should have listened.
Brian Johnson, you did it again.
Who's your favorite character in this?
My favorite character, I mean, you hate to say it, but it is Anton.
I mean,
really?
It's hard not to say that when this character is such a standout. It's like, I'm not rooting for him.
Right, that's the thing. You're not
rooting in my brain.
But when the movie's over and, you know, the credits roll, that's the performance that sticks with me.
Right.
Now, I'm rooting for Josh Brolin the whole time.
Right.
You know, that's who you're rooting for.
Would you do what Josh Brolin did, though? Like, what would you, like, if you found the money?
I mean, I definitely would have kept some of it.
That's where if I find out that like there's the tracker device or I'm being chased, whatever, I'm like, let's take a little bit of it.
Well, that's
and
the thing.
leave the rest over there.
He didn't need to take all of it, and that's he made bad decisions. I also would have taken some of the drugs. Let's be honest here. I would have taken a little bit of the money, a little bit of the drugs, and I would have been having a pretty good time. But yeah, I think his greed got the better of him, because there were so many times where he could have just taken a bunch of stacks of hundreds and left the tracker, left the case, and
life could be good.
And he probably would have been fine.
Would you have guessed it's like tracked? Like, I feel like my first assumption is not there's a track on there. I'm just gonna take it.
Well, no, but after they kept finding you,
valid.
Once they find you once,
they find you once, okay. The second time they find you, you're like, all right,
that's him. He got caught like twice and then checks for the tracker.
Yeah, and there was multiple people who had the buzzer, you know, because the cartel had buzzers and Anton had a buzzer. Yeah, I mean, he made a lot of bad decisions throughout the film. Not listening to he should have listened to Woody Harrelson. He said Woody Harrelson was like, "Listen, I'll give you can keep some of the money. I'll take the rest of it. It's going to get this guy off your back, and you can forget this ever happened." But
would you trust him? I would not trust him.
The only reason I may have trusted him was because he's in his hospital bed with flowers just sitting there. At any point, he could have either killed him or
threatened.
Yeah, so maybe that's the only reason. Now, you know, you've been being chased for a couple days now. You're probably
a little shook.
You're probably not trusting anyone. So maybe I wouldn't have trusted him, but you know, he seemed like a nice enough guy.
I mean, knowing myself,
they were both in the war. I think they were both in Vietnam.
I would go, "Are you Woody Harrelson?" And I would immediately trust him.
Are you Woody? Just like that, Justin, huh? Just like that. Are you Woody Harrelson? Oh,
but I guess in that situation, you're not really trusting anyone. You certainly shouldn't have trusted your wife's mom.
She goofed it up a little bit. She didn't know, but she very much goofed it all up.
God, why'd she do that? Oh, there's finally a gentleman.
The guy was wearing a suit.
I know. Doesn't she make a comment about that? She's like, "Oh, you don't."
Maybe that's what I should do. I should wear suits.
You don't see many Mexicans in suits these days. Or she says something along those lines.
I don't see any Mexicans.
She says something along those lines.
It's like she was just so astounded that she immediately put all her trust in this person. He was also helping her out with her luggage and
right. She was like, "There's finally a gentleman in Texas."
She was nice. Yeah.
She was not nice. She was terrible.
She was grumpy, but
now
she had some health concerns. We don't know how she was before then. You know,
look at Lucy Grace. She may have been a little justified because Llewellyn put her and her daughter in a pretty tight spot there. So I mean, I guess it might have been.
If I was the parent there, like,
but I guess that goes back on the thing where you shouldn't be trusting anyone in those situations. Certainly not some random guy in a suit who comes up to your car, starts helping you with your luggage for no reason, and then starts asking you questions about where you're going. I guess as a rule of thumb, never tell any stranger where you're going.
Ever, yeah. includes
I
the
tell
Uber
strangers all the
driver.
time where I'm going.
Well, at the airport, if you're sitting down getting a beer waiting for your flight, I definitely tell people where I'm going. So
I was gonna say, you know, it's
I guess
fun.
you're right.
It's
I
the
guess
fun
you're
part
right
about
about
traveling.
It is a
You'd be
fun
like,
part about traveling.
I'm going to Virginia. I'm going to Charlotte, or you know.
No, you're right. I do it all the time. I just did it the other day when I was going to Buffalo. So I do
you
it
went to
as
Buffalo.
well. Yeah, I went to the Eagles-Bills game. Go Birds.
Yeah.
It was cold, and it rained the entire time.
It's like the opposite of this movie. Oh my gosh.
Exactly.
This is beautiful.
I don't think it rains at all in this movie. I don't think it rains in Texas.
It's a very dry vibe.
I don't know if it's ever rained in Texas before.
Yeah.
Tell you what, though, we are getting closer to the end. Do we have any questions from the chat that need to be answered? Let's check the chat. Let's see how
our rate
not
the
the
movie
moment, but feel free, chat, to ask questions. If
ask any questions you may have, because
or may not have.
This seems like a good time to rate
that
movie. It's 5 stars. It's essentially a 10 out of 10. You can call it a 9.8 out of 10 if you want, but I don't know what they could have done better.
Disagree. I say it's 11 out of 10.
I'll give it a 12. I win. I'm a winner. I'm a big winner.
We got a 10. We got an 11. We got a 12.
The real thing is, what did Cameron and Seb think of the movie?
Man,
Justin, do you mind pretending to be Cameron for 2 seconds and rating that movie?
Yeah, Justin. He didn't love it. He didn't love it.
It's really good. I don't get me wrong. I had a great time watching this movie, but I do think, as far as Best Picture movies go, it's maybe a little overblown if you think about it. So, on Letterboxd, if you read my review, you would know that I gave it a 3.5 out of 5, and I think that's generous.
I think that's basically what he would have said. I think that's basically what he would have said.
I don't know. But someone has to do Seb now.
Yeah, Anthony, you're gonna have to do Seb.
Fudge. You know, guys, I don't know.
Neither of them know.
Like, I loved it. It was fantastic. He would say some pun, but I can't think of a pun right now. Insert pun here. Insert Seb pun here.
Insert Seb pun here. He could have done one of his classics. You know, I didn't really like it because I loved it.
Oh, that's a good one. So I loved it. I'm gonna give it.
Hit us with one of those. It's very.
I'm gonna give it a million out of 10. And Cameron, you're wrong. This is a classic icon.
Nailed it.
I was hoping to find a Cameron review on Letterboxd, but there is none, unfortunately.
I have 2, because again, this is one of those movies that I watch every year.
Yeah.
And as far as Best Picture winner goes, I think I have it ranked number 2 all time.
Oh my god, what's number 1? Everything Everywhere?
No, that's way down. That's like number 55.
Wow.
I have it. I can pull it up. My phone's been dead this whole time, and my charger's not working, so I can't pull up my actual list of Best Picture winners ranked. I know that The Godfather's number 1, and it might feel like a cop-out, but that movie's just so goddamn good. And people say they like the second one. Yeah, people say they like the second one more. I like the first one more.
As long as you like the first one more, I don't care.
Okay, see, Ant gets it. Ant just gets it.
I'm Italian. People used to think my family was acting like The Godfather. My parents were kids.
It might be a cop out, but Godfather's number 1, and I think I have No Country for Old Men at number 2. Parasite's probably number 5.
Yeah, I still haven't seen Parasite.
Oh man, how did that not make the list? We got to do that next month.
We'll do it next month. I guess.
I'm punting that one to next month. We have some punts. Luca, I would like to see Luca, so we can punt that one. Parasite got punted. Begonia got punted.
I wanted Anomalisa.
Testament of Anne Lee got punted. Anomalisa got punted. We've got some good movies that could be.
We'll share the slates, the actual slates.
But as far as rate that movie goes, have we ever had a movie average an 11 on the pod before? Because that seems pretty strong.
It does seem pretty strong. Anthony brought Whiplash down.
Anthony brought the Whiplash down. He single-handedly.
Whiplash should be a 15 out of 10, but Anthony brought that one down. I'm glad that we agree agreed based off of our numbers that I like this movie the most and Cameron likes this movie the least.
Right. That's fair. I think that's fair. I don't know what problems Cam exactly would have had with the movie.
Something about there not being a score.
He would have found something, I'm sure.
What I do know is that he gave Elio a higher score, I'm sure.
What?
He gave Elio 5 stars. And according to Justin, this one's 3.5. And Justin essentially is Cam in this scenario. So he gave this 3.5 and he gave Elio 5. So I don't know. Do with that information what you will.
Yeah.
Did any of our loyal followers have any questions that they need answered?
If not, we could wrap her up.
Well, Cup of Eggnog writes, Jack, there's something behind you. Made you look.
Oh, it's lots of Star Wars Lego. There's a good amount of Star Wars Lego. It's exciting stuff, to tell you the truth.
Very exciting stuff.
If you like Lego and you like Star Wars, you would like to come to my house because I've got the big ones. I've got the good ones.
Oh, wait. That one.
For the record, I know it's Owen. But point being, we'll do a special for anyone watching the live stream. We will continue with our Owen Asks a Question of the Week right after this. If you are not watching the live stream, we have a link in the description if you want to become a patron, and you can do that for FREE, that spells free, creditreport.com, baby. We know that one, right?
Link in bio, baby. Link in bio.
Link in bio. For the time being, first year free for the first 10 signups or whatever, and we're like halfway there already. So what?
Get those signups. Get those signups. Yeah, a little Q&A. A little Q&A. Well, what else could be? Is there,
for the time being, we'll sign off for the public video. I've been Justy.
I'm Ant-Man. I know I was quiet.
I'm Jabba the Spank.
That's yes. Welcome. Yes. Delightful. And this has been Country for Old Men. The cast, the pod, the experience. Thank you, everyone. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Bravo.
Goodbye.
Bravo.
Goodbye.
Bravo.